What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Destiny 2 Forsaken review video, and today's I'll be going over the new Warlock subclass for the Stormcaller called Chaos Reach. Now, I do want to quickly go over the perks. So we have Chaos Reach, unleash a long-range channeled beam of concentrated arc energy. So this is essentially the super. If you deactivate it early, you apparently save some super. First up with the melee, Ball Lightning, fire an arc projectile that travels forward and releases a perpendicular bolt of lightning. Then we have Ionic Trace, defeating enemies has a chance to create Ionic Traces. Collecting Ionic Traces grants energy to all of your abilities. Lastly, we have Pulse Wave, being critically wounded triggers an energy wave that boosts yours and allies' speed. Now, how to obtain this new subclass path? Essentially, to unlock it, you need to obtain a Seed of Light, which you can get from a variety of activities. There's Ikora's milestone in the Forsaken campaign. You should be able to see it when you start Forsaken. She'll be like, collect these little feathers, whatnot. You can also get it from Blind Well, Tier 2 or higher completions, complete RNG drop there. The Last Wish Raid, which is an RNG drop as well, or you can get it from visiting Marasov at the Queen's Court when it's available. Now, I do want to go over a summary and the thoughts on the perks, just some insight from me. So Chaos Reach, instead of you roaming around with that short range Chain Lightning ability super that you get normally on Stormcaller, you get an Arc Beam that has no range cap, by the way. There's no range cap. This means you can smack people from about anywhere on the map, and you're still pretty accurate. All you have to do is just have them in your little reticle, and they're done. I don't suggest canceling out of the super because it doesn't seem to give you like any super energy back. I don't know if it's bugged or if Bungie decided like maybe if you get a kill you don't get it back. I really don't know, but every time I cancel it, I usually don't get any super energy back. So Ball Lightning, this is the new melee, which again can travel a pretty far distance and drop a lightning bolt straight down on an enemy. You can hit enemies with it directly, or you can launch it across an area and hope it hits something below it. It doesn't seem too good in my opinion, but still you have the option there. Ionic Trace, this perk is key on the subclass. Kills have a chance to drop Ionic Traces, which give you a chunk of your abilities back. Considering you're always killing something, you're going to get the Ionic Traces to drop and get your abilities back with ease in any activity PvE or PvP related. Lastly, Pulse Wave, when your health bar goes to red, you get a big boost to mobility, reload speed, and faster draw time for a few seconds, so you kind of get like a mini quick draw. So this comes in handy, especially for players who like to play aggressive and your health bar is usually low a good amount of the time, especially in PvP. Plus, if your teammates are nearby, they get the perk as well. Going over PvE, and PvE, this super is entertaining to say the least. First up, you need to be rocking Geomag stabilizers with this subclass. Essentially, it allows you to cap off your super just by sprinting, and when you do damage, the super actually extends its duration. So if you're constantly hitting something, your super actually lasts twice as long, which is pretty entertaining. All the perks have some sort of viability when it comes to performing well in PvE activities, so I would say Chaos Reach itself can serve two purposes, right? You do massive DPS to bosses, or you're wiping out a bunch of ads very, very quickly. Pulse Wave is good when you and your team are weak. You could potentially put out some more DPS with a faster reload and handling speed, or save yourself from a sticky situation with that fast mobility. Ball Lightning doesn't really do much in my opinion. It doesn't have to, because like, yeah, it's the melee and it should do something cool. I mean, it does do something cool, but it doesn't do anything spectacular. You know what I'm saying? And personally, in my opinion, it doesn't have to, because whether you use your melee or not, you're still going to be killing enemies, which is where Ionic Traces comes into play. Again, I said this is huge. Essentially, the more enemies you kill, the more Ionic Traces spawn, the faster you get your abilities back. Essentially, it's a mini ability spam, right? Especially in PvE, like, you're always going to be killing something. Always. So you're always going to be getting those abilities back, which allows you to use your melee, grenades, and rifts more often to either help yourself or your team. Going over PvP in the Crucible, I can safely say it is friggin' awesome. Again, you need to rock the Geomag stabilizers, considering you're going to be sprinting a good amount of the time, and you can get your super faster more often during matches, and having the longer super time is good as well, especially if you can actually hit a bunch of people consistently. I didn't feel that the melee was super effective. I use the melee a lot, to be honest, but the way it's supposed to work is you launch it over somebody and the lightning bolt drops down. I didn't get a lot of kills that way. It's more of direct hits from, like, I'd shoot them with a shotgun from a little farther away than I should have, and I just launch it at them. Like, you can direct hit people, so that works as well. Every other perk was utilized almost constantly. First up, the super itself. Chaos Reach is wild. Like, the arc beam can hit from anywhere, so if you get high enough in a fairly open space where you can spot multiple enemies, definitely pop that super and shred them. Plus, it has no range cap. Ionic Traces are created all the time as well, especially since you're killing enemy guardians pretty consistently. If you have good survivability, you can capitalize on that, right? You'll be able to ability spam like crazy. If you can stay alive, you can get more Ionic Traces, which means you get more abilities. Like, it just makes sense. So if you have good survivability, you'll be fine. Pulse Wave is interesting because even whether you're weak or get killed, the perk is going to be activated for you and anybody nearby anyway. So I don't suggest dying constantly to have Pulse Wave activate for your team or anything like that, but I'm saying that since you're going to be weak at some point in PvP, it's a good boost to you and your team, so it kind of helps them out as well, not just yourself. Going over Gambit, is Chaos Reach good in Gambit? In my opinion, it's great for both PvE and PvP sides of Gambit. Again, with geometric stabilizers, it's good for getting your super more often and having a longer super. I almost always rock these things whenever I'm playing any activity, by the way. So, starting with the PvE side, you're going to see Ionic Traces doing most of the work here, especially if you can add clear quickly, which is going to be good for moat collection as well, and which means you can bank faster. So, being able to have more abilities means you can take down adds faster. Pulse Wave is going to be good as a team perk in general. When you get weak, everybody near you gets faster movement, reload, etc., which means you can take down more adds. Like that kind of makes sense, right? At some point, I feel like in Gambit, at some point, you're going to be kind of weak, especially if you rush in there. Chaos Reach itself is going to be great whether you decide to use it to take out a bunch of adds for your team to collect motes, or to take out taken enemies that spawn in with the Primeval. Plus, you can put out a lot of DPS on the Primeval when you get some Primeval Slayer buffs up, especially geometric stabilizers. Being able to have your super last twice as long, like that's going to do some work. So on the PvP side, it wouldn't be too bad to use, but I suggest using it to invade versus stopping an invader. Like, if you're already using it, an invader comes over and you can take them out with it, go for it. But again, that's just completely situational. If you can invade the other team, you can take them out from a distance, from anywhere essentially. So if you're on the other side of the map and you can see them coming toward the bank, pop it in midair, take them out. So the thing is, the only bad thing is that you don't move around a lot in the air, so the enemy team can team shot you, and if they're using Sleeper, they can take you down fairly easily, which is kind of unfortunate, but if you can catch them off guard, you should be pretty good. Finally, my ranking is a 10 out of 10. Overall, Chaos Reach has a lot of versatility when it comes to whatever activity you decide to do, PvE or PvP related. This is easily my favorite subclass for PvP because of the aggressive playstyle it allows for, like the faster you drop enemies, the faster you get your abilities back. When you're weak, you get a boost to your stats, and the super can hit from literally anywhere. Like, you don't have to be up on people, like you can literally be halfway across the map and blast them away. So what's not to like about this? Alright guys, that seems to be it for the video. So there's three things I want to do before I end the video. Number one, if you're looking to join a clan on Xbox, PS4, PC, the D1 Fire Team is actually looking for active players who want to grind that in-game content, finish out some triumphs and stuff like that. If you and your clan want the benefits of a bigger clan, you can apply to join with the link in the description. It'll say clan link. It's pretty awesome. We'll review your account essentially, and we'll see if you're a good fit for the clan. If you have any questions, you can actually send me a message on any of the social media links below. If you and like your friends are just in like a small clan and you want the benefits of a bigger clan, you guys are active, definitely just send me a message and we'll definitely review your accounts. Number two, if you want to help support me, there'll be a link below. Say best way to support me. I'll take you to a 4-minute video. I want to go check that out. That'd be awesome. But if you don't want to do that, you can always like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell next to subscribe. Share this video and comment what y'all want to see below. Third thing, Discord. If you want to join the Discord, there's no requirements to join or anything like that. Plus, we're actually looking for people who have moderator experience to take over the Discord, which is kind of good. So if you're a moderator, definitely just come look it up. We have some text chats, obviously, about Destiny 2 for sake of some other upcoming games like Division 2 and Anthem. Plus, we have some voice chats as well. I know for myself, I'm on an Xbox, so I can talk to everybody on there. But if you're on PS4 or PC and want to chat, Discord is going to be the best way to do that. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. We'll catch you next time.